Okay. Joseph, are you okay?
How long can it take for crying out loud? They've had the samples for ages.
She's in Viet. Give her some adrenaline, Joseph. Charging to 200. Clear.
Darwin.
Marianne's in a bad way. She's intubated. We just had to shock her. You have to get her out of here.
Right.
Now, Elliot. Now!
I hear you. I hear you.
Joseph, suction! Come on, come on, come on. Charging's 360. Clear.
Wait.
Clear. 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 What about you?
You.
I'm all right. Well, this thing progresses, doesn't it? Marianne was exposed to it first, up in pre-op with Green and Susie.
They had to be intubated too. Elliot told me on the phone.
You didn't say.
What could you have done? Panic.
You and I, we didn't come into contact with Slatter until later. Maybe half an hour or more after Green, Marianne and Susie did.
So if it affects me in the same way, I've got what? 25 minutes before I'm in need of attention. Why am I worse than you?
Susceptibility, maybe. You went back in on your own to deal with the tear, didn't you? Exposed yourself to more of it than me. Why didn't you let me go back in there?
I didn't want you in danger.
No, you just had to be the big man. You had to be the hero.
Maybe it's instinctive to protect people that you care about, whether consciously or unconsciously.
You said about protecting the people you care about.
No.
I'm just asking. God, I can't even frame the words. I'm so tangled up.
Do I care about you? You really need to ask that.
Talk to me.
No, I just did. I talked.
please?
Not now.
Then when? If not now, when?
Darling?
Yeah, can we kill some of the lights in here? It's boiling. Can we get the air filtration back on? We're out of theatre now, so we should be okay. It might help us breathe. How much longer?
Well, the decontamination team are here. They're building a sealed tent in the corridor to get you out.
Okay. Look, we don't have much time, okay? The effects of this follow a pattern. Joseph sat at a low. Maybe 20 minutes, maybe less. He's gonna need some serious help.
Okay, we're onto it.
Gonna put me down.
Atropine.
Thank you. Thanks.
So, do you remember Madame Butterfly?
It's my entire life that's going to flash before my eyes. It's just the edited highlights.
I hated it. You know that opera? I really bloody hated it.
You should have just said.
Well, uncharacteristically, I didn't want to hurt your feelings. We hadn't been together very long. Your hands were shaking. You don't remember, do you?
I remember.
Men never remember detail. Just the carnal event, and even the memory of that is just twisted by their gigantic egos.
I remember.
Go on then.
You had your hair up. Never seen it like that before or since. You wore a dark green velvet dress with a shawl, a silver shell necklace, and a beautiful broad smile. Couldn't stop smiling. You look like someone else. No. Actually, you look like you. Like you should look. It stays in my mind, you know. Just locked away.
Do you love me? I know there's no simple answer, but I have to ask. You hate my guts for what I did, but underneath that, there is a bedrock of feeling.
Is there?
I have love for you.
You have to have respect for yourself before you can have genuine feelings for others.
You've eaten a self-help book.
Your words, actually. Something you said to me once.
I do actually love you.
Jack, I don't want to hurt you.
Go for it. Get your own bag.
No self-esteem. Why you kick out anyone who cares for you? But you want family, a future, want to belong. I gave you all of that. And what did you do with it?
It's complicated. Used to be. Very complicated. But it's simple now. For me, anyway. I will never feel for anyone else what I feel for you.
Do you think she genuinely loves him?
I'd like to be happy for you and Faye, but I'm not. And I can't pretend to be. You know how I feel about us. You always have done.
Right.
And if you're honest with yourself, you'll admit that you feel the same way. I'm right, aren't I? You've got a choice. Yes, I'm giving you a choice. Fate wants you back, and so do I, so...
This isn't anything to do with Faye.
You love her?
Yes.
No.
Yes. They're different. Not the same kind of love, but...
Love is love. It's duty. Duty and guilt is what drives this, because you slept with me.
Which you engineered.
You wanted me as much as I wanted you. Don't you ever think about it?
All the time. But there is a massive difference between what is real, here and now, and what could have been.
Can be.
We had our time.
It'll be different. I'm different.
I want this as much as you do. I want to put the clocks back as much as you do. But I can't. Too much has happened. You've hurt me too often. I've tried. Okay? But I can't.
Joseph? Joseph? You have to get us out! Elliot! It's Joseph! Elliot!
Elliot, you have to get in here now. Now!
time no slice.
Sorry?
The old team reunited by chest and abdo trauma.
No doubt the patient is delighted for us.
Okay, Chloe Campbell, 35, passenger in an RTA. Came a poor second in an argument with an articulated lorry.
Looked at the scans?
Yes.
And?
Distension of the abdomen indicates internal bleeding. Fluid in the chest suggests the same.
How do you want to proceed?
We need to get in there.
I think we can deal with the fluid in both areas by putting drains in.
I'd have to strongly disagree.
The more intervention, more risk of infection, Jack.
We need to explore both chest and abdomen together, Joseph. Otherwise, we could miss a cardiac tamponade or a hemothorax.
I'm convinced a drain will deal with the hemothorax.
I don't want to bring up jurisdiction.
Listen, no, I'm in your manner.
And I'd hate to tread on an acting consultant's toes.
Please, just trust me on this.
At least let's go into the abdomen.
You sure?
Time's a wasting, Joseph.
Okay, fine.
Good. Okay, people, chest drain in, and then... Now that's what I call a bleed. Suction.
The abdomen was quite soft when I felt it.
Don't worry about it, Joseph.
CT scan didn't show much fluid at all.
Let's just find the source.
Yeah.
Any joy?
Not yet, no.
Pressure's dropping. Come on. Ah, I've got it. There's a tear in the mesenteric artery. Let's have a two-way vicral, please. Yep.
Just don't understand how I missed it.
It doesn't matter, Joseph. She'll be fine.
It's good working.
Still would have liked to have opened up that chest, though.
Trust me, the drain will do its job.
You want me to report back to you, seeing as she's on colour?
I'd rather stay on hand, if that's all right.
I'm just trying to save you shoe leather.
No.
And no need to go into too much detail with Mr. Hope regarding the abdo procedure.
Thanks.
It was a routine judgment call.
That I got wrong.
I think those mitts should be pretty clean by now. Am I allowed to ask how things are at the moment?
Sorry?
Just as a colleague.
What things?
Life in general.
Right.
How good or bad things might be at the minute.
Life is generally fine.
Well, if you ever need an ear to bend.
Thanks. The wound is a little weepy, but other than that, I think...
No, it's a neat job.
Any word from my husband yet?
Not that I know of.
Wise move opening the abdomen.
Oh, yeah, we thought so.
Given the distension was minimal, the bleed might easily have gone unnoticed.
No, not on our watch.
Good to hear it.
How's Dan?
He's got multiple fractures in his leg, but beyond that, he's fine.
Is there any way I could speak to him?
Well, I could rig up some yogurt pots and string, stage a conference call.
So, that's a no then.
Right, I need some sustenance. I've been racing around the wards all morning. Care to join me for lunch? Thank you. I'm talking to all the consultants about how Darwin is running.
In the absence of Connie. Sure, very good.
Excellent. Shall we? Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm after a favour.
That's the theme of the day.
I need a referee.
Referee.
Yeah, I'm thinking of leaving.
What?
I'm considering my position.
Hey, what brought this on?
Familiarity, contempt?
You are a valued member of this team.
Well, not valued enough for promotion.
Well, you will be someday.
When?
I can't answer that.
I didn't think so.
Is there anything more to this than professional ambition?
No.
Then bide your time.
That's what I've been doing while other people leave me behind.
I don't want to lose you.
But you can't offer me any guarantees.
No.
What would you do in my shoes?
Hey, hang on for a second. I would be out of here as fast as my kitten heels could carry me.
Thank you.
Ah,
I just needed somewhere to...
this is a consultant's office.
That's what it says on the door.
Considering past is new.
What of it?
Well, this is excellent news.
Cheers.
For both of us.
Can I have that back?
It's all yours.
Thanks.
Of course, if you need a reference...
Oh,
No, thank you. That's all taken care of.
Well, this wouldn't be any old reference. This one would be so glowing. They'll see it from outer space.
Are you sure you've got the time?
For you, I'll find it.
What with a renegade wife roaming the hospital?
Beg pardon?
Must kill you. Candy still calling herself Mrs. Griffin.
That is her prerogative.
It's the talk at the hospital, you know. Will our shining hero take her back?
That's enough.
I couldn't agree more. Enjoy your lunch.
Yes, thanks.
Elliot continue to shower you with compliments.
Just food.
Nice.
It wasn't deliberate, Elliot.
What wasn't?
My taking credit for your work.
I didn't notice you had.
Well, I didn't know what to say, and...
It's fine.
It was unfair.
I'm used to it.
I apologize.
Apology accepted.
Hello, could I speak to Sister Byrne, please? Oh, is she? Thank you. Hello?
Hello.
What are you doing here?
Didn't you answer that?
I will, when we've talked.
The abdomen's dry. It must be a chest bleed. Any sign of Mr. Byrne yet? Okay, I'm not waiting for him. A BP's dropping through the floor. There's a major bleed here somewhere. I need to open the chest. Sternotomy set now. Suction. There's the damn thing.
Jack? What happened?
I opened the abdomen. It was dry. There's a bleed in the chest cavity.
Located it yet?
I can't see a thing in there.
Where's Mr. Byrne?
Unavailable.
Paged him.
Yes.
And?
He didn't answer.
Any idea why?
No.
Right, I'll take that. Let's get some packs in there. You see something?
Yeah. Yeah, there it is. It's a tear in the intercostal artery.
Good. Well, let's clear the clots and suture it.
305 call, please.
I'm so sorry. I had no idea that you bleeded.
Assisting Miss Naylor. Neither did I until 10 minutes ago.
Okay, you want me to step in?
Okay. Right, that's the bleed taken care of. Let's get a new chest drain in and close her up.
No, I think we're finished here, actually.
No, maybe not. The BP's 200/120, heart rate's 45.
Size, please. Pupils are unequal. It's a head injury.
The crash could have caused a delayed hematoma.
Page a neurosurgeon, please.
Right, heart rate's still dropping.
Right, let's get her stabilised until the cavalry arrives. It's not good enough. Why did a bleed like that go undetected?
It was a judgment call.
I thought the chest drain were adequate.
And you both had a look at the scans?
Yes.
And neither of you felt that you should open up the chest?
My intention was to minimize the risk of infection.
What about you?
I thought we should have gone in. Given the extent of her injuries, the risk of a bleed was too great to ignore.
Why didn't you? It was your theatre. You had seniority.
Yeah, but he's the CT surgeon and acting consultant.
I acted in what I thought were the patient's best interests.
You made a poor decision and then compounded the situation by failing to turn up when you had a chance to rectify it. Would you say that that is an accurate assessment?
Yes, I would.
Joseph, I thought you'd cut out these errors. Obviously, my judgment is as flawed as yours.
Thanks for the support.
I gave you every opportunity of making it into theatre. What more do you want from me, Joseph? Mr. Spence.
Ms. Naylor.
That reference I asked for,
It's written in the waiting collection.
I won't be needing it.
Excuse me?
I'm staying put.
Well, in spite of the complete waste of my time, I am pleased.
Sorry about that.
You mind if I ask you why?
There's a consultant's post at Holby I've decided to go for.
Which one would that be?
The one currently occupied on a temporary basis by Mr. Byrne.
Oh, right.
I presume you're going to invite applications at some point.
Well, I was hoping to see how things worked out with Joseph for the time being.
But you are going to advertise.
Eventually?
You do realise you have a statutory legal obligation.
Are you saying that if I leave Joseph in situ, you're going to make a song and dance about it?
I'm saying I'm the best candidate for that job.
You'd really do that to the guy?
Do what?
Go head-to-head with him.
Given Joseph's renowned sense of fair play, I'm sure he'd be happy to be judged on his merits.
And you on yours.
Exactly.
Ms. Naylor, you do have balls of solid brass.
I like to think so. Decent. Oh, it's only you.
Just heard a rather odd rumor.
What's that?
You might be leaving us.
Really?
Any truth in it?
How could I possibly turn my back on all of this?
I wouldn't blame you in the circumstances.
That'll make a change.
Transfer back to Keller must have been tough.
I'm coping.
No, I'm sure you are. Look, is that offer of an ear bending still on the table?
Why?
Could really use a sounding board. I don't know what's wrong with me recently. The lack of concentration, the basic errors, it's all just...
Actually, I've got enough on my plate as it is at the moment.
No, of course, sorry. Bad idea.
Great, thank you.
Thanks. I'm on call. What's your excuse?
Just starting soon, wanted some revision time. Just a few last-minute points, nothing to lose any sleep over.
Yeah. I never see the point in being nervous.
No. What sort of things do you think they might ask?
Maybe what's the solution to the 18-week target?
Right. What would you say to that?
Nurse practitioners seeing follow-up patients.
Yeah, that's very good.
I'm sure you, I'm really quite capable of sourcing my own patients in my
No
own
doubt.
research.
But what I am talking about is teamwork. Holby as one big happy family.
Strictly speaking, the project is CT.
CT Schmeaty. I've read your proposal and you need numbers, so I am offering you my premier recruiting officer.
You're suggesting, Jack?
The dream team. Ebony and Ivory. Naylor and Byrne. Perfect harmony.
Byrne and Naylor. It's alphabetical.
All right, then we have a deal. Leave it to you to fill Jack in, slugger.
Assuming some kind of blackmail is behind this. Photos of our esteemed leader in a compromising position, perhaps?
Or maybe he just thought you could use my help. Just let me see the proposal when you're ready.
You might find the stats hard going, but I can always run you through the basics.
I think I'll manage.
Yeah, it's all yours.
How many patients have you recruited so far? That many.
Matters in hand. Or at least it was, until Michael Spence decided to stick his prominent proboscis into CT business.
Wow. Is it my imagination, or have you finally started to grow a full set of vertebrae?
I should have been consulted, that's
Yes, you should. But maybe I can help. Although I can see why sticking sharp needles in people's hearts would appeal to Mrs. Beecham.
all. Well, I'll leave you to it.
Call me paranoid, but I'm not exactly feeling the love here, Joseph.
I wonder why that is.
Very good. Positively professorial. Even hints of the old man.
Struggling?
The prose is a little bit obtuse, but I'm getting there.
Well, very much looking forward to your feedback.
And thank you for your help. It's always good to have a second opinion.
Okay, so what about Miss...
Facing wide, please.
Pressure's at 40.
Softly catch the monkey.
She's throwing off at topics.
The wires curled and tickling the tricuspid. Usually just requires a small flick of the wrist. Like so. Let's try for capture. Right, pace at 90. Up at 3 millivolts. And we're pacing.
suture. I don't know what she's been telling you.
All right, let's take it from the top. Insulting patients, rude to my nurses, ignoring a request to review a patient that you know to be sick.
I was given no indication that there was a serious problem.
She is a goddamn staff nurse. If she has a concern, you check. And if it's nothing, fine, but you do not assume.
I was on top of the situation.
My patient almost died. My patient, my ward, my problem. You know, I was trying to give you a break with Burns research, and this is what I get. But if you can't handle it...
And I'm grateful.
No, forget it. If you can't handle it, I'm pulling you from it. You know, I really thought you two could play nice, but clearly I was wrong.
I've got no problem working with Joseph.
Then what? Spill. Tell the world, because there's a problem in there somewhere.
Paula.
Burroughs, what?
She's my mother. When I was 12. I never saw her again until last week.
And you decide to keep this extremely relevant piece of information to yourself? And don't tell me that it's complicated. I'm getting that loud and clear.
None of this compromises my ability to
Don't.
treat her.
Do not start with the crazy talk. She is your mother. Hippocratic Oath, paragraph 1.
She means nothing to me.
Well, then that puts her on the level with the rest of your patients. So this is just one big coincidence, right? Of all the hospitals in all the world, she just walks back into this one.
I don't know. I don't know what she wants.
Well, pick an organ, any organ. I'll give you a hint. Starts with the letter K. All right. That was out of line. But don't tell me that that hasn't crossed your mind. You gonna take the test?
Why should I risk my life to save hers?
Okay. Here's the deal. No more contact on a professional level. If there's a problem, it comes to me. And we're gonna keep this between ourselves. This is embarrassing enough as it is. And you're gonna apologize to Mary Claire, and hopefully we can avoid a formal complaint.
I understand. And the research, I feel I can contribute.
No. Forget it. You sort your head out. You apologize. Then we'll talk. Jack, you are too good to let this ruin you. If you let people in, they can help you. Might even want to.
Well?
Threshold's up a notch. Probably endocardial edema. Need to keep a close eye on her potassium levels. On the whole, not a pretty picture. I assume she's on the transplant list?
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's late. You,
I've got some things to type here.
What do you think? Potential nature paper or just a fool's errand?
To be honest, it doesn't really matter to me. Michael's pulled me off the project.
See?
So feel free to do that weird little embarrassed smile thing. In fact, you can dance a jig if you want.
Seems sudden. It's a change of heart.
Oh, what the hell. It'll be halfway around Holby this time tomorrow anyway. Paula Burroughs is my mother.